Why are you giving me crazy eyes?
Is that me doing crazy eyes?
Yeah.
I'm trying to stay awake.
He's so exhausted right now.
I'm tired.
And like, be this way, because all I want to do is be left alone. It's Sunday.
Yeah.
On this warm rock. Let my mane hang out.
How do I keep going?
Yeah.
No. How does it get better?
Am I really that bad of a person?
Right?
To
You're like,
feel
what?
This, right? Like, that's what's crazy. It's like, you sleep 20 hours a day. Could you not panic before you're awake? Like, just holding me, and I'm like, no. I can't make it. I can't survive. Like, let me perish here. Hey everybody, welcome back to Folklore and Flourish. It is January 8th and you are here again with Jane. This is the place where we look at a bunch of different myths and legends from a variety of cultures around the world. This is kind of the backbone to our Legends Reborn Chronicles. This is the inspiration where a lot of the characters come from, a lot of the stories and historical significance comes from. So we are so happy to have you here with us. We are still in the month of January, which is all about the seeker crossing the veil and the in-between worlds and how thin it is during these dark months of winter, which is all about the soul mist, looking within yourself, the shadows within you, hearing those callings, stepping into new identities, shedding old. Since it is the first year of a 9-year cycle, it's even more exciting. It is a bunch of different energetic shifts within yourself, shifts within your environment. A lot of changes going on, so we're all going through this together. If you've been keeping up so far, you know it's been a little bit of a shift already for both myself and Mark. But today we are finally getting to start week 2, which is all about the crossing. So week 1 of January was the awakening. Week 2 is the crossing. Today is January 8th, which means our theme for today is the goodbye. We are on the first day of week 2, the crossing. We are on the goodbye. So the theme that we are going to focus on with our 4 stories today is separation. These stories are a little bit tough today because it is kind of facing the fact that sometimes goodbyes aren't chosen. They are forced upon you, and sometimes they are almost unbearable. But with that in mind, we have 4 today. So our 4 stories today come from Hebrew, Hawaiian, Slavic, and Nez Perce. These are our 4 cultures that we're going to look at today and the stories that they hold for us for our theme, the goodbye. All right, here we go. Before we begin, I want to take a moment to honor the cultures behind the stories we are about to explore. The tales shared here come from many peoples, lands, and traditions. I do not change these stories to fit modern expectations or to align with today's social standards. Instead, I present them as they were told, sometimes beautiful, sometimes harsh, sometimes challenging. We are not here to judge the past, but to understand it, to listen, to learn, and to honor the ancestors who carried these stories forward. We also share stories from various religious traditions. These are presented in their historical and spiritual context, with respect for their beliefs that they represent. Every culture deserves respect, context, and acknowledgement, and this space is dedicated to doing exactly that. Story 1. The Exodus, leaving what once sustained you. The people of Israel did not leave Egypt because they were ready. They left because staying had become impossible. For generations, Egypt had been both shelter and prison. It was the land where the ancestors survived famine, where families multiplied, where memory took root. It was also the land where those same people were pressed into labor, their names erased into numbers, their days measured by bricks and quotas. Bondage does not always announce itself at the beginning. Often, it begins as survival. When Moses returned from the wilderness carrying a call from God, the message was not gentle. There would be no gradual transition, no shared custody of the old life. The command was stark: leave. The people resisted before they obeyed. They feared retaliation. They feared hunger. They feared the wilderness more than chains they already understood. Egypt, for all its cruelty, was known. The desert was not. Even after signs and plagues, even after Pharaoh's grip loosened, the final act of separation required urgency. Bread was left unleavened. There was no time to wait for it to rise. Possessions were taken hastily. Doors were marked. The night itself became a boundary. The departure was not ceremonial. It was abrupt. They crossed out of Egypt carrying fear, memory, and the weight of unfinished goodbyes. Behind them were homes, graves, and the strange comfort of routine suffering. Ahead of them was nothing but promise spoken and land unseen. And still, they walked. The crossing of the Red Sea did not erase doubt, it intensified it. Freedom arrived before confidence. Liberation came before trust. On the other side, the people would grieve Egypt even as they condemned it. They would long for food they once ate as slaves. They would ask why they had been brought out only to wander. This was not ingratitude. It was loss. The Exodus teaches that separation always costs something real. You do not leave without mourning what once fed you, even if it also harmed you. Growth tears before it heals. The goodbye was not to Egypt alone. It was to an identity shaped by captivity. Story 2. Pele leaves the homeland. Pele did not leave her homeland because she wished to wander. She left because fire cannot remain where it is no longer honored. In the oldest Hawaiian traditions, Peleho'onu Amae was born in Kahiki, the ancestral homeland beyond the horizon. Kahiki was fertile, powerful, and crowned with gods. It was a place of origin, not permanence. Pele was a goddess of fire, volcanoes, and creation through destruction. Wherever she dwelled, land reshaped itself. Islands rose, ground split. Life followed fire. But fire is disruptive. Pele's presence brought conflict. Her temper clashed with her siblings. Her power disturbed balance. In some tellings, her sister, Namakau Kahahi, the goddess of the sea, rose against her. Water and fire could not share dominion. The conflict was not merely personal. It was elemental. Pele was forced to flee. She gathered her clan and embarked on a long voyage across the ocean, moving island by island, attempting to settle, only to be driven away again. Each place she tried to claim rejected her fire. Craters collapsed, volcanoes cooled. The land would not hold her. Rejection followed her like a tide. Still, she did not turn back. The journey itself became the shaping force. Pele learned which lands could not receive her. She learned restraint. She learned patience. Fire that burns everywhere burns nowhere. When she reached Hawaii's island, she found a land strong enough to meet her heat without breaking. There, she descended into Kilauea, where her fire still lives. But even then, Pele did not return to Kahiki. The homeland remained behind her. In Hawaiian understanding, this was not exile as punishment. It was separation as necessity. Pele could not become who she was meant to be without leaving the place that first formed her. Kahiki was origin, not destiny. Her departure teaches that sometimes a place that gave you life cannot hold what you are becoming. Creation requires movement. Growth demands goodbye. Pele's fire did not diminish when she left home. It found its true ground. Story 3. The Exiled Daughter. In the old Slavic lands, where forests were thick and winters remembered every footstep, there was once a daughter whose fate was to leave not because she failed, but because she had grown beyond what her home could name. She was not cursed. She was chosen by circumstance. In many Polish and wider Slavic folk tales, the exiled daughter appears again and again. Sometimes she is driven out by a stepmother, sometimes by famine, sometimes by prophecy, sometimes by love that breaks the household apart. The details change, but the shape of the story remains the same. A young woman leaves her family home against her will. Her departure is quiet. No banners, no blessings, often no farewell. She steps beyond the village boundary, carrying only what she can hold: bread, a shawl, a small icon or charm, in some tellings, a spindle or a piece of embroidery unfinished, symbolizing a life interrupted. The forest receives her first. In Slavic belief, the forest is not neutral. It is alive, watching, testing. Spirits dwell there, Leishi, guardians of wild places, ancestral echoes, old gods who have not entirely gone. The forest strips away weakness but does not offer comfort. The daughter survives by endurance. She learns hunger, she learns silence. She learns that no one will call her name unless she makes herself known through action. In some versions, she finds work in another household where she is treated harshly. In others, she encounters supernatural helpers only after she proves humility or kindness. In many, she must complete impossible tasks: spin flax overnight, sort seeds from ash, survive winter without shelter. What unites these tellings is this: the exile changes her. When she finally returns home, if she returns at all, she is no longer the girl who left. She may come back with wisdom, with magical aid, or with quiet authority. Sometimes she refuses to return, chooses a new life formed through suffering and self-reliance. The homeland is not condemned, but it is no longer hers. In Slavic culture, this story carried a hard truth. Separation was often necessary for survival. Marriage, migration, war, famine, and death all demanded leaving. The exiled daughter became a symbol for those who endured loss not because they were weak, but because life demanded it. Her goodbye was not dramatic. It was final, and through it, she became whole. Story 4, The Long Goodbye, The Trail of Tears Legends. For the Nimupo, known to outsiders as the Nez Perce, goodbye was not a single moment. It was a road. It was a season. It was a wound that did not close. In the stories passed down among the people, there is no mythic exaggeration. No gods descend to intervene. No magic undoes what is done. The power of the story lies in its truth. The Namipu lived for generations across the lands of what is now the Pacific Northwest. Their identity was inseparable from place. Rivers were relatives. Mountains were memory. Burial grounds were anchors between worlds. When the United States government demanded removal, the people did not leave because they wished to grow. They left because survival demanded it. The elders tell of the moment the decision became unavoidable. The soldiers came. Treaties were broken. Promises dissolved like frost under sun. The people gathered what they could carry: horses, children, sacred bundles. The bones of ancestors could not be taken. That was the first goodbye. The journey that followed is remembered not as a single trail, but as many paths of loss. Hunger stalked them. Winter pressed in. The sick fell behind. The old lay down and did not rise. Mothers carried children until their arms failed. Some legends speak of spirits walking alongside the people, unseen but grieving. Others tell of ancestors whispering encouragement through wind and water. But no story pretends the pain was softened. The land watched them go. In Nez Perce understanding, separation from homeland is a tearing of the soul. It is not symbolic. It is physical, spiritual, generational. Even when the people survived, something essential was left behind. Yet the stories also remember this: the people did not vanish. They sang quietly as they walked. They taught children their names, their stories, their prayers. Even when there was no certainty those words would have a place to land. The goodbye was not chosen, but the remembering was. The trail is not only a story of removal, it is a story of endurance through unbearable separation, of carrying identity when land is stripped away, of surviving when goodbye comes without consent. For the name Meepo, growth did not feel like loss first. Loss was simply loss, and survival came after. Everybody, welcome back in. Today's daily thread is every culture remembers this moment. A people leave a land that once sustained them. A goddess departs the place of her birth. A daughter steps beyond the village edge, and a nation is forced from its ground. Each story speaks the same truth. Before the road begins, something must be released. The goodbye is the threshold. So we got to the end of our first week, the awakening, and we just started week 2. And we knew that this month is all about the seeker crossing the veil, crossing the threshold, finding the threshold. And now we finally have reached what the threshold is.
Right.
So the beginning of the crossing. Why are you giving me crazy eyes?
Is that me doing crazy eyes?
Yeah.
I'm just trying to stay awake.
He's so exhausted right now.
I'm tired. When I was listening to this story, this line really stuck with me and I really liked it. So I wanted to read it on here. And it says, her departure teaches that sometimes the place that gave you life cannot hold what you are becoming. That's pretty huge. And then creation requires movement. Growth demands goodbye. That is just, to me, that is just so powerful for where we are in our lives in this moment today. And for anybody out there listening, that is, it's so true, you know?
Yeah, it like zoomed into this one line right above what you said, and this is in the Hawaiian. It's that Pele story, and right above it, it says that the exile is not punishment, the separation is a necessity. Both forces are so strong in their own beliefs that they have to be separated.
Right.
Looking at the Exodus one, and like the fear of the unknown was greater than what they were suffering already in Egypt.
Mm-hmm.
Like they would have rather have been slaves to face the vast unknown of the desert. And we watched it in the show the other day, 1883, where the guy was talking about these immigrants coming over and like they should have stayed. They should have stayed. It wasn't that bad. And that the African American, the one that was a slave, was freed during the Civil War fighting
Right.
and stuff, just looks at him and says, You've never been whipped across the back because any unknown is better.
That's sad.
So it's like,
And if you guys haven't watched that show, watch it. It is.
it's a
If you want to
tearjerker.
cry, if you need to cry, watch that frickin' show. Holy cow.
But that just also goes to show you that I don't think that the slaves in Egypt were treated any better. You know,
No,
they
there's
were
no
getting
way.
whipped and stuff too, but that also, like, how vast and unknown the world was.
Right.
There wasn't help at the end of your fingertips, you know, with our phones and everything. There could be bigger, faster, stronger, darker evil out there.
Right.
So there was that fear. Why does someone have to be the bad guy?
Right.
Either way, both sides will end up being the bad guy. It just depends whose story
Yeah. Whose story are you
outlasts the
telling?
others.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When in all actuality, it is sometimes that separation is a necessity.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I find it kind of hard though when you're trying to move on and keep going, but you feel like you can't get away, you know? And that's where like my struggle is with a lot of it is. And that could be because we're in a small town. Like every time I leave the house, I have to think about things like I don't want to think about. Like that's why I love being home all the time. But that's kind of also like super sad
Yeah.
that I'd rather just stay by myself all day
Right.
until you come home to me, you know? And then when you get pushed and pushed when you're trying to move on, and then you just have to sit there and explain why you bit the fingers that were poking you. When it's like, I just wanted to sit here in my peace. It's like the hyenas. They keep biting the lion, and the lion just lets it go and lets it go. And then he's finally like, dude, enough.
Right.
Like, enough is enough. But then everyone's like, gosh, look at how ferocious the lion is. And he's like, yeah. And I'm going to sit here on my rock and like be this way because all I want to do is be left alone. It's sunbathe.
Yeah.
On this warm rock. Let my mane hang out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes I want to be a lion. But I heard you just go to McDonald's.
Oh, yeah, because McDonald's served 69 million humans
Daily.
daily.
Yeah, I love the wordplay.
So what we're talking about is we just saw a video before we came on, where it was talking about McDonald's, someone's podcast, and they were talking about how McDonald's serves 69 million humans a day. And the guy's like, that's a lot of beef. And she's like, no, but where are these factories that have that much beef that they can make that many burgers? She's like, no. She's not saying they serve that many hamburgers a day. They serve that many humans a day. Now, me, I was hearing it as in that's how many people get a sandwich, chicken nuggets. They could buy a soda. Like they're taking it like they're serving 69 million humans. It's a lot of humans. Where are all these people coming from? Just like just like the cows. Like there's that many people in the world that we can eat 69 million humans a day.
I mean, yeah, cows go missing too. No one's looking for them.
Well, now I'm sad.
Well, yeah,
Cows.
the cowboys are looking for them, actually. Someone goes out looking for them. Heifers.
I found some heifers. Just random heifer just up in the mountains.
Yeah. And so with these stories too, though, like as you clearly are seeing this folklore, mythology, all of this tall tales, it's rooted in real things that happened, right? The Trail of Tears. That really happened. You know, that move out of Egypt, that really happened. These are events that really, really did happen. And because all this symbolism and this spirituality was placed on them by their cultures, they're just erased as stories. When it's like, no, it wasn't a story that they had to have the strength of their ancestors to keep going. You know, that pain, that fear wasn't fictional. And it's like, well, people couldn't survive that. People couldn't really. No, people could.
Yeah.
People are still in tune with the earth.
Yeah.
There are some people that absolutely can go beyond what is possible.
People do it all the time.
People do it all the time.
Look at the mother could lift a car when her kid's in trouble.
Yeah,
It's the same type of.
Louis Zamperini, that World War II veteran that was beat up as a prisoner of war. I don't know. I think we should still honor those goodbyes.
Yeah.
I think that we should still honor that there was like legitimate pain that was suffered at those goodbyes.
But sorry.
And now we're back. Molly's been taught her lesson.
No
she
more
got away from him
on the counter.
Can you say that on YouTube?
Probably. Cat. Pussycat.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Hey there, pussycat. This one. Whoa, whoa,
Busted,
whoa.
Molly.
This thing. Oh, I'm a cat and I'm on YouTube. Ooh, 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 ooh.
She's a biter too.
She is. And she's like got her claws out all the time. She didn't move.
All the time.
She's doing it right now. She like Freddy Cougar. There, you want to show the people your claws? Watch her fingers. Oh,
Look at the Slavic one too. It had a lot of that same stuff that you were saying with the Pele story. This is a common motif across like the Polish, Russian, Ukraine, Baltic folk. When she finally returns home, if she returns at all, she is no longer the girl who left. She may come back with wisdom, with magical aid, or with quiet authority. Sometimes she refuses to return, choosing a new life formed through suffering and self-reliance. The homeland is not condemned, but it is no longer hers. I like that too.
yeah.
Like in the sense that it it's not always that that place is bad for everyone, but
Mhm.
it's bad for you.
Yeah. It's because you're meant to be somewhere else.
Right? This isn't the vibration. And again, it brings me back to that Genesis story of you need to leave your father's land.
Right.
Like that's a part of becoming. And maybe that's why you feel so sick when you're feeling that pull like I am, and then you stay and you come back to your hometown knowing that you shouldn't have every time you've come back.
Yeah.
But then I never would have met you, so I'm not like super disappointed.
Right. I mean, I got over my depresso espresso about that like years ago, I think.
About coming back.
Yeah. Well, because like when I first moved back, I was like, I did not want to be here. Like, not even a little bit. I did not want to be here at all. And then here I am. What is it? Almost 20 years later?
Like
18 years.
2 9-year cycles.
You know what's funny? So, I didn't watch the video, but it said this year is the start of a brand new 13 years. And it's on the Leo, it was on the Leo thing. It's the start of a 13-year cycle for us.
So
13 years.
we met on the 13th day of December.
We did.
On the 8th year of the cycle, both of our birthdays are in the month 8. Mine happens to be 8/8. His is 8/12. We met on 12/13.
We met on the 13th.
We're in the beginning of a 9-year cycle and a 13-year cycle for Leos. Interesting. Anyway, I got all of these stories and all of these themes ready in December, and they're hitting so hard. I'm annoyed with myself sometimes.
Dude, you know what I was just thinking? It's like The Simpsons. You know how they're like, how does The Simpsons keep coming true? These stories are just hitting.
Yeah.
If you guys want to like move on to something new, like it's whatever, but get on our vibration because it's crazy.
And then, so the question today is, so for January 8th, the goodbye, the question is, what did I outgrow? I really just think it's this place. For me, like there's no angle for me to grow as an individual here.
I feel the same.
There's no avenue for me to be a great like partner or mother here. I could definitely grow financially here,
Well, yeah,
but every other aspect of my personality
wouldn't.
will suffer.
Mhm.
And that's crazy that there is nowhere to grow for me here. Not that there's nowhere to grow in general here, but for me,
I just believe we're just so intertwined right now that our energies, obviously, we're intertwined in a relationship, but our energies are so linked and intertwined that we feel the same.
yeah, you just feel ucky because it's like, I want to be better. I want to grow, but I'm not in a place where
Right.
I'm allowed to.
That's how it feels. Yeah.
And it feels like when you start to, shame on you.
Hmm.
And I can't do it anymore.
I mean, look at what I tried to do. I was told to do my comedy and stuff, and then I start doing it, and I'm getting on stage, and I'm getting like blocked
Right.
from people in this town where it's like they're bringing people in town that are big comics, and they're doing stuff, and I'm doing better jokes than some of these
Yeah,
people,
and that's what's crazy is
and
like
I've never
they're
done it.
coming in and people are saying, "No, we're here for Mark." And
Mm,
there's like 20 people there for you, and there's like 30 people there maybe, and 7 of them came just to play pool in the background.
right.
And it's
And they would have
like
been there no matter what.
my energy in December just was waiting to slap me in the face with some knowledge. But the lesson of today is that growth feels like loss first. I did the only thing I truly thought I could do, and I feel like I've lost a lot,
Hmm.
you know?
Yeah.
And the hard thing is that you kind of like lose confidence in yourself.
Right. But you're going through what you're supposed to. So that's what it feels like.
Right.
And you're not confident in it. And it's almost like, am I doing it wrong? And then you're gonna get that payoff though. It's coming. And you might not think it is, but I've seen this. I've seen the cycle personally. I know for myself it's been that way where I've just been like, how do I keep going?
Yeah.
You know, how does
Am
it get
I
better?
am I really that bad of a person
Right?
to
You're like,
feel like
what?
this? Right? Like that's what's crazy is like, holy, like, am I so blind that I'm like, I'm a shitty person? And then I can't think that about myself
No.
because that's like whether I'm in the right or someone else is in the right. Like what you said, like I said some things that were hurtful to people too. And it's just like none of us, I shouldn't be doing it, no one else should be like made to doubt yourself. Because honestly, like once you give in to that, you're just floating. And that's where I felt like I was for a long time, just like floating.
Hmm.
And it felt like drowning.
Hmm.
But to just be in that kind of space, I don't know, it sucks because it does feel like loss. And I'm not someone that's being ripped from my home
Right.
and being forced to leave, but I was forced to leave a passion.
Hmm.
I was continuously forced to be quiet. And I think that, I mean, blessed are those who continue to speak out when they're told to be quiet. Like, I've been on the end of students that I'm like, dude, just be quiet. But then also, like, even when they're upset with me,
Yeah.
like that piece of me that's like, good for you. Like, don't ever listen to anyone when they tell you to sit down and be quiet.
Right.
Sit down and take it. Respect me because I told you to. And who are you to me? Who are you to God? Because the only person that I'm going to sit down and shut up for is like God and my partner. Like in all actuality, I think that's a hard part about growing up is that when you are the adult, your submission and who you submit to is completely different.
Yeah.
And it is so much stronger and it's so much more humiliating. The only way I think you get through it is to just know. Like even when you don't believe in yourself, someone does.
Hmm.
Like it's your partner, it's God, it's whatever you believe in. And I know, like I say, God, I don't even know what that looks like. It's like
Yeah.
it's just like holding on for dear life.
Hmm.
And I feel like a koala, like in the tree. And I don't know, the Aussie Man reviews, he's so hilarious. I send them to you all the time. I apologize. It's like 15 minutes long to 30 minutes sometimes. I love them. But I feel like the koala that's like, hey, 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 leave me alone, leave me alone. No, 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 I'm gonna die. Like I'm gonna panic, I'm gonna panic. When there's someone that's like giant holding you, just watching you struggle, like just you sleep 20 hours a day. Could you not panic before you're awake? Like just holding me, and I'm like, no, no, I can't make it. I can't survive. Like, let me perish here. Like, I feel that. Every time he has a voiceover of a panicking animal, I feel that because almost always you see a gentle giant there just reassuring the animal to not panic. And the animal continues to panic. And then it just looks at the giant like, oh, I knew you were there. Like,
Yeah, we're good.
thank you, human. You always wish it doesn't have to be this way.
Yeah.
But
Parts of it do. Parts
of it have to be forced, and other parts, it's loving someone enough to let them go.
Yeah.
Knowing that your paths are separating now, but that doesn't mean like they won't come back,
Mm-hmm.
you know? So, with that in mind, though, you're going to let go of one small thing today.
Okay.
So, let go of one small thing to practice release before it's forced.
Oh.
So, it would have been cool, like prior to the.
Yeah, that would be great.
To several forced goodbyes. To hear this, yeah, but let go of something small, one small thing today. And I don't mean like a deep betrayal and you're letting go of it. You're like, no, I'm good. Like, that's not small.
No.
You know, forgiving yourself, that's not small.
That's pretty big, actually.
Yeah.
It's one of the best things you could ever do for yourself.
Like, letting go of one small thing might just be that little bit of control that you need to release.
Mm.
That little bit of time management where, you know what, I can take 5 more minutes to read, or I can take this extra second to do this instead. I can let go of this grudge I have, or this whatever, but something small that you are taking power of letting go of. Heck, it might just be like that old t-shirt you haven't worn for 12 years that you're keeping because of some nostalgic reason, but in all actuality, you really don't.
Yeah.
It doesn't. Yeah, with my nostalgia though, when I graduated school, I cut up all of my stuff. I cut up all my sports hoodies, put them into a blanket. Yeah. Cut up the t-shirts and was starting to make them into a blanket. And then I looked at them and I messed up on one of the last ones, you know, but I just looked at them and was like, why would I want this? And that felt bad, but
yeah, it's a bummer. I always see
I
those
was no longer that person.
right, and especially for you, being so huge in the sports, like that part. Me, I just kind of floated under the radar, that side of things. Did some of the theater or whatever, or I felt personally like I was under the radar.
You get it? I want to say thank you for everything you do for real.
Well,
I know it's not hard or it's not easy being with you.
it is.
Yeah, but sometimes they're kind of hold on tight.
And I don't mean to make this sound weird, but you're a woman. Men, I'm gonna use that term loosely.
Are more stable.
Should no, I'm not gonna go that far. Probably are though. No, we are. We know what we're getting into. You're all a bunch of nut jobs. Ain't one of you regular, normal people. You're all freaking weirdos, and we put up with it because
Because sometimes I'm funny.
yeah,
Wait a second.
comic relief.
Wait a second. What do you mean you put up with it?
What? Anyways, I don't know if anybody realized my computer just shut off mid conversation. I don't
Yeah.
even remember what we were talking about.
I didn't realize how drastic these are, like the goodbyes in the extreme desert, goodbyes across the ocean, goodbyes across um North America. Like
Just great distances. They're like,
yeah, with extreme like places like the being exiled. And in today's day and age, I think it's a lot harder because we're all trying to find our path.
mhm.
We're all trying to understand and spiritually figure out what it is that we believe in, what we don't believe in. And we live in a world, in a society where we are allowed to have our own opinions. It's a little bit harder.
Yeah.
Because now I do have the freedom to look it up and to find what matches me, not what appeases others, but what matches me, while still trying to hold on to who we once were. Because I don't think that to say goodbye means you say goodbye to every piece of you.
Mm-hmm.
I think that might just be that, like when I went to the acupuncturist, and he was like, yeah, no, you need to think about that little girl,
Mm-hmm.
with all her ideas and beliefs, and this is how the world is, and you need to go put her to rest. And I was like, what? Like, you want me to kill the little kid within myself? Like, yeah, that's what needs to die. And that's those big-eyed, dreamy things that you used to think about people and things that just weren't true, holding people to these unbelievably high standards.
Yeah, because everybody's just another person.
Yeah. And now you get to experience their mess and love them even more for it. But it's just like you outgrew yourself. You outgrew your kid self. But that doesn't mean that the childlike parts of you have to die. Your sense of adventure. Yeah, the child part of you that had no control over a lot of that is gone. You're in control, baby. Grab onto that wheel. Like,
Yeah.
you want to adventure, then go. Like, I knew someone that was out here on a contract working with Mount Wheeler, and I told you a little bit about them. But these guys, they were super cool, traveled all over. Some were from Vermont and then went like California. But one of them, he was like 20 something years old and backpacked across Europe.
Right? Isn't that
Just
crazy?
like, and he's like, no, it is possible. You could go with very minimal money, if none at all. And if you're an honest, good person and you tell people like, this is what I'm doing, people open their doors.
Really?
Yeah. And granted, he was a very charismatic person, like a really good, like, sweetheart. He's kind of like a softie in the sense you could be like, are you being honest? If you, yeah, but he was also like someone that you could rely on. They would go do chores, heavy lifting stuff, and it's just like, he did it.
That's cool.
He had no time for like games or anything like that. He had seen the world. And I just admire that sense of, if you want it, then take it. Like, the world is out there for us to take. But you gotta finish your previous cycle so that we can walk into that or run into it like totally guns blazing, get to fully enjoy it.
Yeah.
And that's, I guess, just where we're at. But the application though of today, after you let go of that one small thing, is just to realize that growth begins with goodbye. One of my favorite Carrie Underwood songs is starts with goodbye, and it goes like, sometimes the rest of your life starts with that goodbye. Like that person you loved, you were best friends with, or you were in love with in school, that your paths just weren't going to continue. And you knew it. So that final night, that final goodbye, that knowing that your opinions are contradicting, so you have to step aside so that you guys aren't influencing each other. So you have to say like that goodbye. It's just a lot of if you want to experience life, you got to be willing to experience it. And I thought something earlier, and I'm sorry, I'm rambling, I'm almost done, and then we can be done. I thought something earlier, and it was, you get raised in a household, right? You're there with your parents like 18 years. Most people, 18 years. Your siblings, I was the youngest one, and my very oldest sibling was out of the house before I even, knew. The other one was 6 years older than me. Then the close one was 4 years older. So you have, let's say, like I had 14 years with my closest one, 12 with the other one, less with the other one.
And then you're saying 12, but how much of the 12 do you remember? How much,
Right.
it's.
And then you become an adult. And then you realize I've made it now 11 years without that, Like I still had that support on the side and that family and everything, but I suffered. I laughed. I made some crazy choices where I should have died because that's literally, I feel like, what everyone does. Truly, like you make choices and then you're like, and then you have to like check yourself. Like, have you ever done something and then you check that all your limbs are still there?
It's been a while. Yeah. I mean, when I rolled my vehicle,
Yeah.
I was like, well, all I did is I grabbed the wheel and I said,
Beep.
and then,
But to feel like
then you're like,
you're obligated to people because of a choice that they made. That choice to have you. That choice to raise you, to love you. But ultimately, the grand scheme of things, they helped you become a functional person for you to go out into the world. Not for you to have to stay here.
Yeah.
Not for you to feel like those 18 years was you signing over a contract for the rest of your life.
Right. How do parents treat it like that, though?
Yeah, and it's like, why? And you see shows where siblings do terrible things because, well, we're siblings, you have to. And I'm like so thankful I don't have siblings like that. Sometimes you have to draw that line. And I mean, we didn't choose our siblings.
No.
I got some pretty good ones, though.
Well, I mean, honestly, I believe you do choose your siblings.
In the sense of that higher order of. That's a thing, too, is you don't have to talk every day. You don't have to hear that person's voice or see them every day to think of them and to communicate with them. Because I do think there are ways to communicate without sharing anything. And so often you hear that you see so many early goodbyes or unnecessary goodbyes because no one can make it a day or two without hearing from you. Oh, are you mad at me? I just barely got sleep for the first time in 3 days. My back's out because I'm trying to work out for the first time since like high school. I'm exhausted emotionally, like spiritually, all this stuff. And now I'm getting thrown at me because I didn't text you for a couple days. I have some good friends too, because we'll go months.
Yeah.
And all of us have this understanding of we love each other. We were there for each other. We still are there for each other. I mean, the amount, like how fast all of them reached out to me the other day.
I bet.
Here for you, love you, there. We don't talk every day. But then there are other weeks where we talk every single day. And then we go months without talking. And then we can have that discussion, that random text, because I got a random text the other day from one of them, the one in Reno, that was just like, I'm so glad that I never have to worry about where our relationship is because of the lack of check-in. I don't need to check in with you because I know I'm not talking bad about you.
Yeah.
And nobody's feeling comfortable enough to say something bad about you at my table.
Yeah.
And I know that it's the same respect that they're giving me.
That's good.
So we don't need that check-ins. I don't need to turn my shoulder to check what you're saying. And like I love that.
Yeah.
Anyways, that is our story for today. Is just moving on with the rest of your life starts with a goodbye. The goodbye is the threshold you must cross. And sometimes it's saying goodbye to the person you've loved most. Oftentimes it is. Whether that be a family member, whether that be an idea, and whether that be like your younger self. Could be for a long time, could be for a short time. But regardless, never be the same. And I think that that's something to be excited about because that means that you won't have to face this pain twice.
Yeah.
You won't have to suffer anymore, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And that's why it's so important to do it before it's forced because, like, talking mental health wise, you know, don't ever give up on yourself.
Yeah.
Like, never. But sometimes you gotta say goodbye to that person that keeps giving up on you inside yourself. Your own inner critic, you know. Sometimes
That's
they're
allowing you to do it.
that person that's rotting and wanting you to slowly chip away inside yourself. Like that's
Just go lay down. Just go,
yep.
No, why?
Take a break, step away, you know. So one small thing, and then just take a breath
Mm-hmm.
because tomorrow the journey begins. Like that's crazy that all this pain and heartache we've been feeling first 8 days of the year. Now we get to start the journey, everyone.
Woo!
Put on your hiking boots because we're about to hit the road.
Week 2, episode 1, man.
That was today, yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna
What you
keep
guys
on the
think?
crossing. Yeah, let us know.
Seriously, share it with somebody that you think might need it. Because I truly feel like, yes, these are our feelings on these stories, but these stories can resonate with you in totally different ways than the way we're describing it ourselves. And maybe there's something that you heard that maybe you think about somebody else, like somebody else came into your mind listening to one of these stories. That means they need to hear it.
or you have a family member that lived one of these.
That could have been it too.
To be able to sit here and to hear someone that was like a descendant or had documentation of, be more than happy to hear about that, see that.
For sure.
If you're someone that also is like in the middle of that goodbye and yeah, it feels like loss. It's been feeling like loss for a while and it won't always.
No.
You just have to allow yourself. I really truly believe you have to allow yourself to feel the loss. Like how you told me I need to take a step back.
Yeah.
I think I just truly need to feel what it is because I don't know. It's going to shape me in some way.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm hoping it makes me funnier.
Is it possible?
I'm too funny already. Anyways, thank you for joining us today on Folklore and Flourish. Again, these are a lot of the stories that are pushed into our Legends Reborn Chronicles that we'll be using. This is a lot of the healing exercises, specifically through folklore with me. I'm going to continue to try to do with other individuals, and then as well as Mark. Just being able to help with the mental and spiritual stuff as well. I mean, this is a 365-day podcast. I'm jumping into a whole new element of how I want to help people on kind of my terms and on their terms culturally. And of course, sharing all these different cultures. But if it were for an individual, it's all about learning you and then hitting you with the stories that mean something to you, that may acknowledge something in you, whether it's your culture or not. That's why we're putting these out every day. You might love episode 8 and really relate to it, but wow, the rest of that month was not good for you. And the best way to showcase how this works is really to allow you guys to see it through us. I've always kind of been aware my emotions on my sleeve. Yeah. I don't like to hide it. And yeah, that makes me the villain in my own story sometimes, but it allows me to grow honestly.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that I have anything to hide or to put in the back burner. And that's what we want for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, no, you don't need to broadcast all your stuff, but don't hide it from yourself either.
Right.
Allow yourself to go, I made a mistake there, said something that I shouldn't have said there. I mean, I've gone on my apology tour a couple times, and it's worth it, and it's humbling, and so I just really want to thank you guys for being here with us,
Mm-hmm.
because this is showing you, like, we mean it. Like, it's this past couple days have not been comfortable for me to talk about.
Right.
Have not been comfortable for me to feel. I mean, I've had to walk out several times,
Mm-hmm.
like in tears. Healing is not pretty, but living with life back in you feels a hell of a lot better than what it used to feel like.
Right.
You know, you're slowly chipping away, and yeah, it's sore and it hurts, but it's chipping away.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm excited to be on this journey with you guys. And if you are, I mean, we have all of this laid out. I laid this out in December.
Mm-hmm.
Every single story. I'm a psychopath, didn't get to sleep for a while. And it's right on track with where I'm at spiritually. Like, I couldn't explain how much I needed this.
It's amazing.
It really is. And just to be like, Mark, I'm feeling lost. I need help. I was wrong with this. I don't know what to do. And then to be hit with like the compassion and patience that you have. And then this with this my own premeditated self-healing of just, no, you're going to do it today. Like, you're going to do it now. Regardless, I have the whole year planned out, the
Mm-hmm.
whole map of ski things that you might look into and be excited about. We're just in crossing the veil. So January is not a beautiful month. I mean, week 3, after we are done with the crossing, we're straight into death and rebirth.
Mm.
Like, do these activities with us.
Yeah.
Like, I can't explain how excited I am to let one small thing go today because of how much it's been forced in the past.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know in a week when we get there, if I haven't released something, it's
Right.
about to be
It's
released.
gonna make you release something.
Yeah, like, I know death is not pretty.
Mm-hmm. Can be pretty beautiful though.
Yeah. Reminder, like, you're never alone in that way that you're feeling.
Mm-hmm.
And if you ever feel like you are, just watch these videos. I mean, just keep coming back because we're here for you. And we will be back tomorrow to start our crossing on the road. Thank you for joining us. Again, this is Jane and
Mark.
we'll
Thank
see you
you.
next time.
See you guys.
Thank you for walking this journey with me today. These stories are more than folklore. They are the heartbeat of our world building, the inspiration behind our characters, and the soul of the Legends Reborn Chronicles. By exploring these tales, we honor the past, ignite the present, and breathe life into the legends we're creating together. To see more of Mark and I, as well as additional scenes, discussions, and healing, check the links below that will lead you to our various social media platforms. Please also feel free to ask any questions or leave any comments in the episode below or in future episodes to come. We would love to hear from you. Until next time, may your path be guided by wonder, curiosity, and the magic of the stories that came before us. Blessings, and I'll see you on our next folklore journey.